Hey, gun people. Well, here's another cop beating up somebody. Is he beating her up or is she resisting? This is a problem. It doesn't give a whole bunch of detail. It just says that a cop's beating up somebody. So this is a homeless woman, supposedly, according to what we're being told. I'm going to go over the strikes, the effectiveness of these expandable batons, and kind of try and show that although it looks, it looks kind of bad. I don't know what the charge is. But you have a lone officer by himself with multiple people around him filming, and he's trying to take this person into custody. Now, what she's doing mainly is what I call passively resisting. Let's get this started here and see what it looks like.
Hey, Kay, stop resisting, stop resisting, stop resisting.
So you hear the other guy yelling, stop resisting, stop resisting. She is literally kicking. She doesn't have any shoes on. Obviously, she's homeless. People think automatically because somebody's homeless, everybody should treat them nicely. There's a lot of bad homeless people that steal and rob and beat up other homeless and steal stuff out of cars, and they go into places and they steal stuff out of the store. I mean, just because someone's homeless doesn't mean they're a great person. I get it. Some people are down their luck. I get it. Some people can't get. I get that they don't need their problems compounded. But it doesn't mean that they can go out and commit crimes and resist arrest and fight with cops. I mean, I'm not sure I'd be. I wasn't a big baton guy unless I was outnumbered. If there was multiple people, a baton usually when you're with a bunch of officers, you really can't swing it or do anything. So if you got multiple officers, normally you don't see batons out because you don't want to hit a friendly. When you're by yourself, you'll see batons, but normally it's because you're losing, you're fighting someone bigger than you. The person is, I got a problem with him beating a woman that I think he should be able to take her into custody without hitting her. Now, some police policy and a lot of agencies do not want officers fighting with people. They tell them, we'd rather you use your baton or your pepper spray or your taser instead of fight. Fighting is high on the escalation of force scale because when you fight, you take a chance of getting hurt. You take a chance of losing your gun. It looks bad on film when you start punching somebody. It looks like you're out of control. You're using your fists. Whereas if you're using a piece of equipment the way you're trained, it can look better. I don't think this looks better, but everybody can judge for themselves.
Stop resisting.
You're on your stomach. You're on your stomach.
Stop resisting.
So he stopped hitting. He said, get on your stomach, get on your stomach. She stopped for a minute. Did he need to hit her? Could he not have pushed her on her stomach? This is my problem with the video. But again, second guessing, I don't know what happened. I don't know how long he's been fighting her. I don't know if he tried physical before he pulled out his baton and was kind of losing because she was skinny and wiry and he couldn't get a hold of her. So I don't know if he's been scratched. I don't know if she spit on him. I don't know if she kicked him in the nuts, and neither do you. So it's very easy to look at this and go, man, this cop's wrong. There's another police brutality. Beating up a poor homeless woman. Yeah, it kind of looks like that. Could he have done it better? Yeah. Are cops perfect? No. Do they get caught up in the heat about it? Yes. I know everybody wants to have RoboCops and we should have no emotion, but it just ain't so. So, you know.
You're on your stomach. You're on your stomach.
So she got on her stomach. She's listening. To me, that's compliance. To me, that means she understands. When I first saw that, I was like, damn, I'm not really sure if she even understands. Maybe she's an EDP, emotionally disturbed person, and she doesn't know. But obviously she understands. After he hit her a few times and told her to get on her stomach, she got on her stomach. Well, Rick, she was trying to protect herself, and she was trying. I get it. But you can't start a fight and then claim it's not my fault and I had to defend myself when you start losing. And that's what a lot of people do to cops.
Your hands behind the back. Now your hands behind the back. Just.
So she went on her stomach and decided to turn around to get her feet back up so she could kick again. She's still pulling away. She's still resisting. I don't think this cop's going to get in a bunch of trouble. unless there's a public outcry, unless she happens to be a nurse, probably nothing will happen to this cop. He's making an arrest. She's resisting. He's using an approved technique with a baton. He's not hitting her in her head. He's hitting her in approved target areas, shin, knees, where skin's closest to the bone. You're going to notice in a second, after he hits her a bunch of times, she's still able to resist. But as soon as he connects, I think, with a knee, when you hit somebody with that metal baton, that expandable ass, when you hit skin close to bone, not muscle, it hurts. But you have to, it's hard to aim for the elbow and the forearm and the back of the hand and the knee. And those are all areas where there's not a lot of muscle and there's just bone and skin. And when you hit those areas, it stinking hurts. It hurts bad. But he's hit her several times now. I'm not counting the strokes, but several times. And she's still resisting.
Stop! Put your hands behind your back!
Kicking, both feet up. She's got his hand. I don't know if he's got her hand or she's got his. Is he trying to let go? It's easy to say, oh man, he's holding her hand so she can't turn over. Maybe she's holding his hand. Try to look at these things from both sides. And again, I'm not defending this cop. I'm really not. I'm just trying to get you to, when somebody's arguing, they're going to be arguing both sides in court if someone wants to charge somebody.
Stop!
Stop, Katie. Stop, Katie.
The crowd's even telling her to stop. So the crowd knows that she's still resisting. They know how long this guy filming obviously had time to get his camera out, open up his camera, and start filming. So this has been going on for a little bit. Because most times, if you do an arrest quickly, you grab a person, snag them. If they're no person, they go to the ground, you lock an arm back and you handcuff them. Usually it doesn't take that long. So the fact that this guy's had the time to get his camera out, there's more to this story.
Resisting, Kate. Stop resisting. Stop resisting,
Put your
Kate.
hands behind your back.
Put your hands behind your
Let it
back,
go, I'm gonna
Kate.
shoot you. Let it go, I'm gonna shoot
Okay, so now she grabbed her baton. And he's got her arm right here pinned over the baton so she can't hit him. That's a very, very bad mistake for people to make. Deadly force is authorized if you come at an officer with a baton. If you take their taser, baton, or pepper spray, they can shoot you. And I know people say, well, they use it on people and we can't shoot them. Well, I don't, you can argue if and buts of coconuts all day. I'm telling you, if a person is armed and they have the ability, because they're not trained with that baton, and they don't have rules, and they're not restricted by, hey, if I take a baton from a cop, I know I can't hit him in the neck, I can't hit him in the head, I can't hit him in areas that can kill him. That baton can kill you if he gets hit in the temple. And if he takes that baton and she tries to use it, he's within full rights to pull his gun and shoot her. And he tells her, let go of my baton or I'm going to shoot you. That was a good warning on his part. And you know what? As much as it looks like she's not paying attention, she rolled over on her belly once and she let go of that damn baton when she thought she was going to get shot.
you.
No,
Let it
please,
go, I'm gonna
don't shoot him.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
Again, I saw a break in the camera there. How much was cut off? What happened? It appears that it's edited right there. I'm going to go back just so I don't know if I can go back. This isn't like YouTube to where I can go back frame by frame. So let me move this back just a little bit. Let's watch this break in the camera.
Hands behind your back.
What did I do? What did I do? God, what did I do? What did I do? What did
Well, hell, she sounds like Nurse Wooblies. Poor Nurse Alex, what did I do? Help me, he's assaulting me. Everyone that gets arrested says that. It's amazing. But it appears it works on nurses.
I do? What did I do wrong? What did I do?
45, one in custody.
Really?
For some reason, I guess I didn't go back.
Hands behind your back. Let it go, I'm gonna shoot you. Let it go, I'm gonna shoot you.
No,
Let
please,
it go, I'm
don't
gonna
shoot
you.
him.
Put your hands behind your back. Hands behind your back.
did I
Look, this girl looks pretty wiry. I mean, this cop's struggling. And again, he's struggling because he can't just punch her in the face and knock her out. People always wonder why cops end up using more force, why it takes so long while they're fighting, etc., and they cheer when the bad guy prolongs the fight. But all that creates problems for the officer because he's getting tired, he's got a gun, he's still got to watch his back, he's in an unfriendly area, there's a lot of people he doesn't know. I mean, there's a lot going on for this officer besides just fighting with her, making sure I got to protect my gun. I don't want to get on the ground. I don't want to let her kick me in the nuts. I don't want to let her, but I can't punch her in the face and knock her out in this in 3 seconds because somebody will be screaming, "Ooh, that's use of force." But I can beat the hell out of her with a baton and be within policy. And people be complaining, well, the policy's wrong and he should. Well, you know what? Agencies run by policy. That's the way it is.
do? What did I do? God, what did I do? What did I do? What did I do wrong? What did I do?
145, one in custody.
Really?
Okay, first of all, due to the severity of your injuries in the hospital and jail, dude, who's ever putting these comments are full of crap. Anytime you use force on somebody, the jail, as soon as I book somebody in a jail and they go, did you use force during arrest? I have to mark a box, yes or no, on my arrest booking sheet. And if I put yes, then a medical clearance is required. And I have to take this person to the hospital and get her medically cleared at taxpayer expense. And they'll sit in a waiting room, and I sit in there for an hour or so. And then one of the kind nurses comes in and usually will get me a donut or something, and I'll go bullshit. And, you know, cops and hospitals usually have a pretty good relationship, unless you get a charge nurse. No names mentioned. Nurse Wibbly. Okay, so he takes her in custody. Yeah, she's walking like she's pretty hurt. She's walking like he broke her leg. Yeah, she's obviously just needs to go to the hospital immediately because she was just a poor victim that was merely trying to follow policy and instruct the officer that she didn't do anything wrong and she couldn't be arrested. Well, we see how it works when you're a black woman. Ooh, Rick didn't just go there. Hey, Nurse Wibbly, you know. All right, we'll end that there.